Why do cruise prices go up so high as the cruise dates get closer? Aren't they trying to fill the ship? Well, yes and no. So yes, they're trying to fill the ship, but the reason why the price is going up because they've already done that. It's similar to airfare, Casey. On any particular sailing, there's a finite amount of rooms available. It's not like jeans at the Gap, right, where they can just bring another truckload in and sell more. There's a limited amount of rooms, and cruising is so popular, Casey, that as you get closer to the sailing, there is less and less inventory, and cruises absolutely sell out these days. So they don't need a discount because they're going to be selling it out already. And so they raise prices to take advantage of people who book at the last minute and are going to pay more for those last minute bookings. Again, it's similar to airfare is probably the best example of it because just like that, if you try to book a flight, for tomorrow, you're going to find some super high prices. Same is true for cruising. In fact, we have a great article at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com out today about the difference. We sent two of our writers on Symphony of the Seas earlier this year, and we booked one day, and we booked the other one a couple weeks later, and the price is already a couple $100 more. So it really pays to book in advance. Super important over there. Casey, thank you for your question. Main dining room menus. Is each day's theme set or varies by sailing? Day 2, always French. I have not yet found a pattern to it, JP, other than, of course, Royal Night is the second formal night. Farewell night is obviously the last night of the cruise. I've not yet figured out a pattern to it, so I'm going to say no. It's not exactly. If somebody had French on night 2, doesn't mean you're always going to have it necessarily. So, yeah. The good news. The only recourse you've got really is when you get closer to your sailing, a couple days beforehand. The menu should show up in the app. So if you can wait till then, you might have that option. The other person in my room isn't coming on my cruise in a few weeks. How should I cancel to receive double points and their taxes and fees back? Well, this is a tough one because Royal Caribbean changed the policy. I think it's pretty much official at this point. Pre-2021, you could go on, or if you were in an Adam situation, 2 people booked in the cabin, one person no shows, the other person would get double crown and anchor points and the taxes and fees back for the no show. Since then, Royal seems to have changed the policy and is now basically, if you're not booked solo, you don't get double points. Now, the good news is, Adam, if they no show, you get the taxes and fees back, but you almost certainly will not get the double points at this point. There seems to be enough consistency that I've observed myself and from other cruisers that definitely is the new policy change there. So your only recourse, other than just leaving things go and just getting the taxes and fees back automatically, is to try to cancel and see what. But you're going to incur a price change, and almost certainly it won't be worth it. So your best bet, unless Fox from MEI Travel has a suggestion, is to just simply have that other person no show. The taxes and fees will come back as a refund, but you won't get double points, unfortunately. So is Liberty of the Seas dated? No, I had a great time on Liberty. We were on Liberty in January. I hate this question. No offense, Greg. I think all the ships are great. Are they dated? I mean, yeah, listen, if you go on Wonder of the Seas and you see the latest design trends, you may say, wow, this is definitely different than Liberty. But dated to me is like a 55 Cadillac or something like that. It's something like that. It's still a great experience on board. So if it's important to you to have more modern look to it, sure, then maybe you'd prefer to be on like a Wonder or Odyssey, right? But if not, and I don't think it really matters that much, Liberty's a great ship. I really had a good time about it. Thinking of booking the Aqua Theater 2-bedroom on Symphony in November. Any thoughts on that room? Mixed feelings. I've stayed in there a couple times. We actually did a video about it, Living My Best Life, not too long ago because I stayed there in December. So I believe we put the video out in January? Question mark? Maybe late December. It's not that old of a video. And I kind of go through the pros and cons of it. I mean, obviously, it's expensive, but you get the Star Class Genie experience, which is amazing. So if you can afford it, it's not going to, ruin your finances. Boy, is it a great way to cruise. Really, really, and truly. Can you ever get last-minute sales of a cruise if you're local? Last-minute sales are few and far between. I mean, do they exist? Sure. And the nice thing about being local is, it's for anybody, Carrie. The thing is, if you're local, it's easy. You don't have to worry about flying necessarily. So you can really take advantage of those sales. But I mean, it's very much, Carrie, a hit or miss kind of thing out there. So you got to be eagle-eyed, work with a good travel agent like Fox from MEI Travel. Do you recommend an Alaska cruise? 185.37%. Yes. Yes, Alaska is amazing. The whole idea of I don't want to go somewhere colder. Number one, yes, you're going to Alaska, but it's the summertime. So while it can be colder than the Caribbean, obviously, it doesn't mean you're going to the Arctic Circle and you're going to be wearing a parka, right? Go in July or August. It'll be plenty warm over there. 180%. It's so beautiful. Talk to anybody in chat who's been to Alaska, and they will tell you, Scott, it is worth it and then some. Definitely check it on out. Can you use the app to check in for a cruise, or do you have to use the Royal Caribbean website? You can use both, but you should use the app and not the Royal Caribbean website for one reason. Actually, two reasons. Two reasons. One, in the app, you can actually scan your passport. So you just basically take a photo of your passport and it enters all the information in there, which saves you a lot of time. And number two, in the app, you can just go in quickly, grab a check-in time, and then back out and come back later to do all that information, which is really helpful when you're waiting until like midnight of the 30 or 45 days out for that check-in time. In the app, in the website, you can't do that. So I would definitely recommend using the Royal Caribbean app and not the website. Nothing wrong with the website, but there are advantages to using the website, or sorry, the app compared to the website in terms of just making your life a little bit easier. And he says, well, on a transatlantic cruise, been told it's totally different type of cruise regarding weather, and days are shorter, 23-hour days. Yeah, so I mean, obviously there's some nuances to it. And actually, I don't know that if Don and Judy are in our chat, but Josh Carruthers is in our chat. He just did a Symphony of the Seas transatlantic sailing. Really, when it comes to transatlantic cruise, I mean, you're going to take advantage of the awesome activities. Like the ship is your oyster. So there's no excuse for you to walk off that ship, David, and say, you know what? I didn't have time to do that activity or see that show. That's the best part about it. And epic naps, like super cool, a lot of fun. You get to really know the crew members very well. Usually, there's also progressive trivia, David. So every day they have a trivia which counts towards a cumulative score at the end of the cruise. That can be a lot of fun. So definitely um, um, indulge in what the ship has to offer, especially. Is a cabana on South Beach worth it for $1,300 for a first time cruise? Man, that's a lot of money. That's the thing. I mean, here's the issue: you're first time cruisers. The fact that basically the price has gone up over the last couple of years. So what people paid for it 2 years ago, who cares? Because you weren't around 2 years ago to cruise, so it's irrelevant, right? Here's what I would tell you, Telecourse. If you got but do you need to do that? No, you don't need to spend $1,300 on a cabana to have a great day, perfect day, although wonderful time without it. Being said, if you have a large family or group of friends, it's really nice having it. And if you can split that cost with 2 or 3 ways, that's not so bad. I love cabanas. I think they're wonderful. I think the pricing on them has gotten a little redonkulous lately, but I can still see my way to some of them depending on the price. And at the end of the day, everything's a splurge. I mean, you can make the argument, Matt, if you're not staying in an inside cabin, eating only complimentary food, not getting the internet, and not doing any shore excursions, you're wasting your money because it's not included with your cruise fare. You can go. That's an extreme all the way on the other side of the argument, which I don't agree with, by the way. So you're on vacation, you want to splurge. If this is your splurge, and it's not going to like break your bank, I want you to understand you can still have a great day without the cabana, but it is worth it in the sense that it's a great way for families to be able to enjoy their day at perfect day. But just keep in mind, you don't have to do that. So yeah, and thank you to everybody for hanging out with us. Positivity, the thumbs ups, even Tony Diaz. Thank you all so much. Until our next live broadcast, guys, have a great rest of your week. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. We'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Bye, everybody.